This is the Firestorm Show with your host, Philip Pelto.
What's up, Firestormers? Welcome to another episode of the Firestorm Show. Today we are here with Terry McIntosh, and thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Good to have you.
Yeah.
How are things?
Things are going very well this year. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to ask you about your business. I know, we've known each other for a while, but tell me a little bit more about kind of the new evolutions of how things are going.
Yeah. Cool. So I am essentially a business consultant slash business coach, and I have transformed my business a little bit over the last couple of years, really focusing more now on helping businesses in what I call phase one of their business. And that, if you think about a business when they're first starting up, one of the biggest problems that they run into is, oh my gosh, where's all the customers?
Right.
How do I bring people in the door?
Yeah.
How to get the phone to ring, whatever that is for you.
Yeah.
And so that's what I specialize in now. I'm really focusing on helping businesses identify those ideal clients. I mean, I have a whole 8-week program that helps them to work through that whole process to make sure they're getting the right people in the door. Because I mean, we've all worked with people that we would rather not work with in the past. So I help them identify who the right people are and get a steady stream of them coming in.
That's awesome. That's such a huge thing for small business owners. I think everybody thinks that everybody's a prospect, could be a client. My product and service could be so applicable to everybody, and you don't want to sell to everybody.
Exactly. I mean, who has that kind of a budget?
Yeah, right.
You can't market to everybody. I mean, unless you have a Coca-Cola type budget, that's really pretty much impossible.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to specify as well, the type of person you want to work with versus not want to work with.
Right. Yeah.
There's one of the things that I help people with is understanding that you might think you want to work with everybody, but I bet you if you really thought about it, there are certain people that you really don't want to even talk to right now.
Yeah, totally. So there's a lot of noise in the space and a lot of people out there saying that they do what you do. How do you set yourself apart from all of that?
That's a great question. I mean, there's other business coaches out there that have never run a business before. And so I'm wondering, how do they actually help people?
Yeah.
And I've actually run 3 businesses myself.
Nice.
I've had about 20 years or so experience in the small business space. So not only running businesses myself, but I've helped people in probably, I think at least half a dozen other industries to help their business grow and succeed. Mm-hmm. And it was funny, I was talking to somebody on the phone the other day. He was actually calling to get help for his business. He had worked with one of the gurus out there, right? Not going to drop any names, but he had worked for them for a couple of years, and he was telling me that the success rate for these guys are like 1 to 3%, and I was like, whoa, really? And where mine is upwards of 90 plus.
Wow.
So
that's awesome.
So that's, I mean, if you want to differentiate, that's kind of a good number to know.
The proof is in the pudding, right?
Exactly right.
I got to ask you a Firestorm question, because you've been awesome and been helping us out and run the Westminster chapter for a while now. And how does that play into your business development activities, and kind of what's your vision with that?
For me, I get leads from lots of different places. Mm-hmm. So Firestorm has definitely contributed to that. They've given me some really good, solid leads, and they're a lot more solid than I would get from cold calling or internet ads or that kind of thing. So that's really positive. But for me, I like just going because you get a higher class or a higher level of business owner in there. There's lots of different types of business owners that have hobbies or whatever. They're just doing it on the side or whatever, and you really don't get that in Firestorm. You get the people that are really specific and they know what they want in their business, and they're just trying to grow it in a very organic way, I guess.
Nice.
So I like it. I just like to get out of the house sometimes.
Yeah. It's interesting, when you're a small business owner, sometimes we work from home or these co-working spaces, and sometimes it's nice to just have some other interactions. And so
Exactly right.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I feel like we could talk for a long time, but unfortunately, we've only got a few minutes, so I think that's gonna do it for us now. But I really appreciate you guys joining us on another episode of the Firestorm Show, and thank you, Terry, for being with us. It's good to talk to you and catch up.
All right.
And hopefully, we'll see you next time. Cheers.